guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with my next project Apocalypse update. I am excited to share with you where I am with all of the products that I'm panning, as well as to randomize some new items to work on for the next month. But before I jump into summarizing my rules as well as the products, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. If you're new to this project, I was very heavily inspired by Kat from KitschSnitch here on YouTube. She did, or she's still doing a project Apocalypse that she started last year. She's doing hers very differently than I am, but I was inspired by her to kind of just focus on my lip products as well as have like a lip product focused project, and that's why I created this one. I also have some inspiration from Ashley from Little Miss Lipstick because she also did a lip product Project Pan. I don't know if she's still doing it, but I know she did it last year, and in there she basically worked on some of her lip products and she wanted to use them all 10 times, I believe, and she also rated her lipsticks, which I am doing this project as well. So it's a bit of a mix between those two, as well as a bit of my old product Lipstick Roulette, which I did ages ago, that was inspired by Shadow Smoke. Her name is Elle. I think her name now on YouTube is LS. So loads of inspiration from different people, also a bit of my own influence in this project, but that's basically where this project came from. And there's two parts of this project. Basically the first part is my Project Pan, and I'm currently trying to use up 21 lip products this year in this project, so I'm rotating through them, and each month I have 5 lip products and I focus on those 5 until I finish them, and then I roll something else in. The second part of the project is more like the rotating through, and I go through all of my lip products that aren't in the project and I wear them throughout the month. So I randomly pick 10 items to work on. They could be anything. I don't have like a specific amount of like bullet lipsticks, liquid lipsticks, anything like that. It's just whatever I pull out of my bag of lip products, and I do go ahead and rate those just to get an overview of my collection, and you see if everything's good still, and yeah, you just get a better feel of where I am. And I think at the end of the year I'm going to do a bit of comparison, and since I rated all of the lip products throughout the year, it's going to be easier for me to see if I need to declutter anything, or if I have too many of like a specific color, which one was my least favorite, and so on. So that is my rules to this project. Without any further rambling, I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the Project Pan part of this video. So the first lip product that I have to talk about is my lipstick in Plumful from MAC. This is one of their luster formulas, and it is my first focus lipstick. This is what the lip product looks like now, so you can see that I don't have very much left of this one. However, this is one that I haven't really used that much in the past month. I only reached for it 6 additional times, and unfortunately that wasn't enough to make any marking on a piece of paper. I mentioned this in the last update, but I said this product is a perfect kind of wintry to spring lip product because it is very kind of plummy and like wintry, but it's not too like dark and too opaque. So that was a really nice transition color between winter and spring. However, we're getting into like the warmer period of spring now, and we're also going to go into summer, and I just feel like this product isn't the one that I'm going to want to reach for. And as you can see, I've gotten quite good progress on this lipstick already. But what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to roll this out as a focus product right now, because I know this is going to be one that I'm going to love reaching for when autumn comes around again. And I just feel like I would get better use if I have something else as my focus lip product, so I'm going to roll this out as a focus lip product. I know I said before that I want to keep them in until I finish them, but I just know that I will get only a handful of uses out of this one each month, so it will take forever to finish up if I focus on it now. So that is why I'm going to roll this out as a focus and roll something else in. The second focus lip product, both of these by the way have been in my focus product since the beginning, and this one is my Colourpop Lipsticks in the shade Mirror Mirror. This is a Matte X formula, and it's quite a deep like mauve tone, like a bit more kind of I guess raspberry, but I do like it. I do use this on my lips, but also as a cream blush every now and then. I haven't really been using it as a cream blush recently because it's very blushy, and I like it as that, but it's been again more of a wintry kind of blush rather than a spring one, and I go for like these kind of more lighter cheeks in spring, but I do use it that way every now and then. I did manage to get 8 uses out of this one in the past month, so not amazing but still pretty good. And I was able to draw a new line, and as you can see that is my progress. So first update, or like first period, I had quite a lot of progress because a tiny bit of it broke off. Then for the second update I wasn't able to draw a new line, but I was able to do so now. so that is quite exciting. I still have a long way to go with this one, but I'm going to keep it in as a focus, because although it's not the kind of color that I want to reach for loads this time of year, I don't really see myself having a specific season when I want to reach for this one, and I also can keep using it as a cream blush, so I'm going to keep this in as my focus and just hopefully get a bit more use out of it in the next month. The next focus lip product I have has also been in since the beginning, and that is my Revlon lip butter in the shade Pink Truffle. I absolutely love this lipstick. It's so stunning, and this is all I have left of it, so again, not very much. I used it 12 times in the past month, which is the lowest amount of use that I've had on this since I first rolled it in, but I've been focusing on other things, and I kind of have been trying to save this because I don't want to necessarily use it loads when I'm sitting at home, because it is a really nice one to reach for when I'm going out or going to the office, because it's very kind of low maintenance. It fades really nicely. I can pop it on without a mirror, so that's kind of my favorite way of reaching for this one, and I also love the color. However, I was able to draw a little bit of a new line. That is what this one looks like, so you can see that there is a little bit of movement, but I still have a bit to go. This one I think I might be able to finish up in the next month if I push myself, but again, I'm not too worried about it, because if I don't finish it in the next month, I think it will definitely be done in the next 2. And yeah, it's just one that I don't mind having in for a bit longer, because it is one that I really cherish, and it's probably my favorite lip product in this project, I would say. So I wouldn't mind keeping this around for a bit longer, but yes, so far I have done pretty well with this one, and it will probably be done in the next 1 to 2 months. The last 2 focus lipsticks were both rolled in last month, and the first one is my YSL lipstick, and this is the Rouge Pure Couture lipstick in the shade 13, which is a very vibrant orangey red, as you can see. I wanted to roll this in as a focus because it's one that I only reach for a handful of times otherwise per month, and I actually hadn't used it at all in the project before rolling it as my focus. And the time of year when I will want to reach for this one is spring and summer, and that's why I rolled it in kind of early spring, so that I would get as much use out of this one as possible. And I'm happy to say that I actually reached for this 13 times in the past month, which is quite a lot considering it is such a bright shade. I know I will want to reach for this even more when I have a tan in summer, because this kind of shade looks perfect on me when I have a bit of a tan. But I am going to try to get as much use out of this one as possible per month, just so I can get that momentum going and actually be able to finish it up this year, because I have quite a lot of lipstick left in here. But I was able to draw a new line, so let me show you where I am on my paper. And as you can see there, that is the movement. So it did move a little bit, not too much, but I'm pretty happy with that movement in 1 month when it comes to like such a bright lipstick. And especially one that isn't necessarily the most appropriate for the season I'm in. So very happy about that, and let's move on to the final focus lip products. So the final lipstick that I have as my focus currently is this one right here, and this is by far my most used one. This is my Rouge Allure lipstick from Chanel in the shade Sedusante, and I have used this one 53 times in the past month, and this is all that's left of it, so again, not very much. Part of me kind of hoped I would finish this, but this is definitely like a more, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but the lipstick is quite thin, so when you use it, like, or I don't know, the bullet is firm, the lipstick is thin, so it gives you enough coverage, but it doesn't pick up too much from the bullet. Like, comparing it to this one, for example, this lipstick is a very kind of slippy lipstick formula, which also means that every time you use it, you pick up a bit more from the bullet, so it goes down quicker. But with this one, it just lasts such a long time, and it doesn't move very fast. But I did use it 53 times, which I'm very happy with, and I'm really going to try to focus on using this one up by next month. I am actually wearing this one today as well, mixed in with a different lipstick I will show you later. But I have been loving this one, and it's been working really well with all the kind of, I don't know, pastel looks that I'm doing recently. It is very, like, it obviously is a very pink lipstick, but it does have a little bit of warmth to it, so it can work with like more kind of neutral warm toned eyeshadow looks, but it's not the best. It does work best with like more neutral to cool tone looks, but it does work. So I'm gonna try to focus on this one, and hopefully this one will be my next empty. And hopefully you can see there that that is the movement, so pretty good. I am just under half, I would say, from where I was originally, but it does move quicker towards the end, because obviously you have that slant, so when you come down, that's all you have to remove rather than like moving it down evenly, if that makes sense. So I am pretty confident that I can finish this in the next month if I keep up my consistent use. So that is going to be my main goal for the next update. So let's move on to the rest of the lip products that I have. Some of them have quite a decent amount of usage, some I haven't used at all, so I'm still going to kind of breeze over them though, because yeah, I mainly focus on the 5 focus lip products. But one that I use quite regularly anyway is my Clarins lip perfector in the shade 02. You can see here that that is my progress lights, and the last one is for this month, and I did use it 18 times in the past month, so that's pretty decent. I definitely will have no problems finishing this up in the next kind of couple of months. Looking at it now, the lip gloss is almost at a slant, so I think that I could technically even be further down than where I marked it, but I didn't want to like over mark it. So hopefully by next month I can have pretty decent progress on this, and I'm just going to continue working on it. And again, I don't think it's going to be any issues finishing this up before the end of the year. The second lip gloss that I have in this project is my NYX body gloss in the shade Apple Strudel. I didn't use this in the past month, so only 3 uses in total on this, but I'm so focused on using up my other Clarins gloss that I'm going to have this as my secondary one until that is gone. So yeah, I haven't used this one in the past month. So I have 3 MAC lipsticks that I have not used in the past month. We have Angel, Costa Chic and Rebel. I haven't used any of these. Rebel obviously looks like this. I don't have very much left, but I do think I'm going to focus on this in autumn. Then we have the shade Costa Chic, which is a summer shade that I'm going to try to focus on, yeah, in those summer months, but I do have this much left of that one. Then we have finally the shade Angel, which I have used in this project earlier, but just not in the past month, and that is how much I have left of this one. The one lipstick from MAC that I did use that weren't my focus is the shade Sea Sheer, and this one I used 6 times, and this is what it looks like. This is more of a warm tone kind of shade, and it is very similar in the formula to Plumfold because they both are lusters, and I do really love this one, but I was so focused on my focus lipsticks that I just didn't use this as much as I wanted. But this is definitely one that I want to focus on, and this is actually the one I'm going to roll in as my focus lipstick instead of Plumfold, because I feel like I need something more warm tone that isn't that super bright red lipstick. So that is why I'm rolling this one in, and hopefully I can get some really good progress on this in the next month. So we have 2 lipsticks from Colourpop. We have the shade Sauce, which I did not use, and then we have the shade She Bad. This one I used 5 times, and it is the lipstick that I mixed today with the Chanel one. So I really love this one. It's a very, very light product. I mean, you can see that I've been mixing it, but that is what it looks like. It's a very light lipstick, and it's very light on its own, but I love mixing this. And I also loved using this over the lip line in Soar, which I will show you later. That combination works perfectly, and I'm definitely going to continue working on this one that way. Unfortunately, I can't mark this one because it is completely smushed inside of the tube, so I'm just going to use it until one day it runs out. So I can't show you any progress, but I'm sure that I would have had a little bit of progress on this if I was marking it. So yeah, I definitely found a new use of this one, so I think I'm going to have pretty good progress on this one in the next month. The next lipstick that I have is my Revlon Lip Butter in the shade Candy Apple. This one is the kind of red one, and this is what it looks like. Don't have too much left, but definitely a while to go, and I did use this one twice in the past month, but I was actually able to make a new line. When I used this as a cream blush, so I think that's why I used a little bit more, and also I had a use on it from the past month as well. But that is where I am, if you can see, and yeah, I used a little bit of movement, but at least I was able to mark this one. The second lip butter that I have is my Wild Watermelon one, and I used this one once. This one is quite similar, but this is a bit more kind of coral toned, I would say, and it's not as kind of red toned. It's a bit more summery as well, but this one I used once, and yeah, not the best progress, but I think again this is one I'm gonna reach for quite a lot in summer. So next up we have my liquid lipstick in this project, which is the Sephora Cream Lip Stain in the shade 25. I only used this once in the past month for a total of 3 uses, so not amazing. I definitely have a long way to go on this one. I know I can finish these because the red one I have in my collection I'm getting quite close to finishing. I just need to make sure that I reach for this more often, but it is more of an autumnal kind of shade, so I think this is one I'm gonna reach for quite a lot in like end of summer and autumn, so hopefully I can use it up then, because I don't think it's gonna be one that I reach for super often in spring and summer. Then lastly we have my 2 lip liners. I'm gonna breeze over the NYX Prune lip liner because I have not just used that one in the project. However, the lip liner in Soar I have reached for. This is the one I pair with that She Bad lipstick from Colourpop, and this is what it looks like now. I still have quite a lot left of the lip liner, liner, but I did have some movement, so I'm going to go ahead and show you my poreless lines. So you can see here that that is where my lip liner is. I did use this one 3 times if I didn't say that already, so you can see the movement a little bit. I definitely think this one, again, I'm going to reach for more in autumn because it is quite a deep lip liner, but like I said, I also have liked pairing it with that lighter lipstick, and it does tone it down quite a lot. So I found a way to use this, so hopefully I can get some better use on this again in the next month. So that is the Project Pan part of this video. Let's quickly move on to the kind of roulette part. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I've rated all the lip products last month, and I'm also going to go and pull out some new lip products to work on for the month of April. So let's just go through the list. The first lipstick that I have is MAC's Velvet Teddy. This is a beautiful nude shade. It's a bit of a cult classic. Everyone loves this lipstick, and so do I. In the past, I have felt like this wasn't like a perfect nude for me, but I have really grown to like these more kind of slightly cool toned lipsticks, and because of that I rated this a 5. I just loved it. It went with the look I did perfectly, and I think this would go really well with quite a few looks. So yeah, I did rate this one 5. The other lipstick that I have from MAC is the shade Crosswires, which is one of the cream sheen formulas, and this is what this one looks like. I did rate this one a 4. I like it, and it's definitely one that I kind of forget about reaching for, but I did love it on the lips. It's again a bit more of a kind of warm toned lipstick. It's quite similar to Sea Sheer, but it's a bit more coral than that, and it's a little bit more opaque as well because it's a cream sheen rather than luster formula. But I really like this color on me, and I think this is a beautiful shade, and I just need to remember to reach for this one more because I did really like the effects, which is why I got a 4. Another nude that I really loved reaching for was the shade Very Victoria from Charlotte Tilbury. This is one of her Matte Revolution lipsticks, and this one is such a beautiful one as well. It's a bit more kind of brownie tone. I actually want to compare it to Velvet Teddy because yeah, you can see the difference there, but Velvet Teddy is a bit more kind of, I would say, even peachy toned in comparison to the shade from Charlotte Tilbury. But I do love this one. It's a bit more kind of, like I said, brown tone, and it has a bit more mauviness to it, whereas Velvet Teddy even looks a bit more, like I said, peachy toned, which is really funny because Velvet Teddy in general is quite a like cool toned nude, so it's funny how kind of even more cool toned this one is. But I did rate this one as 5 as well because I love the color, but I also love the formula of these lipsticks. They're probably one of my favorite formulas out there. So next up we actually have my first pretty bad rating. This is the shade 49 from YSL, and again this is one of the Rouge Pure Couture. This one I rated a 2, and you can see here this is like a super bright pink. I don't even think the camera can pick up how like bright this is. It's definitely like a neon shade. I used to love really cool toned pinks, and that's why I picked this one up, and it was cool, but I actually rate this one a 2 because it is very bright, and that could be fun, but also the formula isn't the best. It's the same formula as that really like bright summer red that I have in my project at the moment, and generally that isn't my favorite because it's quite like slippy and it can smear all over the place. So you have to be quite gentle with it. With the red that I'm panning, a lot of times I put it on and then like I blot it down just to get some of the excess off, because otherwise it will end up everywhere. And this shade in that formula just isn't the best. I feel like if this was a matte I would like it more. I was considering maybe decluttering this one, but I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm gonna see at the end of the year how I feel. But it's just such a fun shade to have because it is such a bright color. It is literally neon, that it could be fun to have for certain looks or for certain occasions, but we'll just have to see. I did rate it a 2 though, so it's definitely not my favorite. I also wore this one day when I had pretty dry lips, and it just showed every single dry patch on my lips. So you need to have quite moisturized lips with this one as well, which again is a bit annoying. So that is my kind of lowest rating so far. But I'm gonna hold on to it for now and just kind of compare this to other things at the end of the year. Next up we have another nude. This is the shade Raquel from NARS, and this one I rated a 4. I like this one. I don't like it as much as the 2 shades that I mentioned before, the MAC one and the Charlotte Tilbury one. The shade I think is quite similar to Velvet Teddy, but this one is probably a bit warmer. However, the formula isn't kind of my favorite. I prefer like a matte formula, and this one is very kind of traditional lipstick. It's very opaque, very nice, and it's not like very smeary, for example, like that YSL lipstick. But I prefer a matte formula that feels a bit thinner on the lips, and this one feels very kind of on your lips. It's hard to explain, but you probably know what I mean, like with like traditional lipsticks, that yeah, you can definitely feel it on the lips, and it's not as thin as those mattes I said, so that's why it's getting a 4 rather than a 5. So we have the next 4 lip products I have are all rated 5 because I love all these. The first one I have is e.l.f. Sheer Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Praline Petal. This was actually a freebie that I got with an e.l.f. order, and I absolutely love this shade. It's looks like this, but it's a very kind of interesting formula. It's very sheer. I would compare it, I haven't tried that one, but I would compare it, or assume this is very similar to like the blotted lips from Colourpop, and I think that's kind of what it's similar to. But I love this shade. I love how it looks on the lips. It's very kind of effortless. It's look very kind of almost like it is my own lip color, although I don't think many people have lip colors like that, but it just perfects the way my lips look, and it's very, very kind of subtle lip products, which I really like. And yeah, I rated this one a 5. Then we have my lipstick gloss from Maybelline. This one is in the shade Amber. I rated this one a 5, like I said. I love the color, I love the formula of these. This taste, I mean, I know you shouldn't taste your lip glosses, but I can't help, like when I put this on, I just you know, you just get a little bit that you can taste, and it tastes amazing. Like it tastes so good, and it smells the same. Yeah, definitely love it. It's, yeah, it's very, very nice. I love the formula. It's not sticky at all, but it's still pretty long lasting, and the color is a nice kind of spring to summer color, and I do like this a lot. Then the next 2 ones are both KVD Beauty liquid lipsticks. We have the shade A Go Go as well as Bow and Arrow. Bow and Arrow is like a perfect nude. It's a very cool tone nude, but I love it so much. I have used this quite a lot actually, and yeah, I just love it. It's an easy one to throw on whenever I want something that is long lasting, but I still want to go for a nude. I love this one. Then A Go Go is one of my favorite colors for summer. I was hoping that I would roll this in kind of the summer months, but it still worked for when I used it. I just love this shade so much, especially when I have a tan, and it's definitely a 5, and I knew this was going to be a 5 whenever I rolled it in anyway, because I just love the color of this, and the formula is pretty good too. Then we have the final lip product, which is a lip liner, and this is actually the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner, also in the shade Prune. And this one is very, very similar to the one that I am panning. I do believe they are like the same color, just different formulas, I guess. This was the one I was going to keep after I panned the other one in my project. However, this one feels like it has dried out quite a bit. Like I can still get color off it, but I think this might be going bad. And that, in combination with the fact that I don't necessarily love this color, I did rate this one a 2 as well. For now, I'm going to hold on to this because I'm going to check what it's like at the end of the year, because I don't have any other deep lip liners like this. So once I finish off the other one in the project, I'm going to see what this is at. If it just seems like it's gone off, or like it's completely dried out by then, I will declutter this. I haven't tried to actually resharpen this. Maybe if I do, then that will revive it a bit. But yeah, for now it's a 2, but I'm going to keep it for now and then see where I'm at the end of the year. But yeah, it's not my favorite formula nor color. So those were all of the lip products that I had in for the past month. As you know, I'm gonna go ahead and randomize 10 more, and how I do that is just reach into my big bag of lip products. I have put all my lip products in this bag, and I just randomize them. I try to like go through and dig a bit to get different kind of brands and type of products, because when I dumped them in as I had them in my container, which was very much organized by like brand and like type of product. So I'm just going to go ahead and dig in here, and I'm going to go ahead and pick 10. The first one I got, I was thinking this before I was filming. I was like, oh, I really hope I don't get the super like autumnal color, and I did. So this one is my Colourpop Ultra Matte Lipstick in Saturday, which is a very kind of autumnal shade, but it's fine. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to use it. I can use it at home and you see what I think of it. But that is going to be my first product. The second one is going to be my, oh, I love this, my NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade London. I absolutely love this product. This is what it looks like. It's like a, yeah, it's just like a nude color, like a peachy cool tone nude, and I love this one already. Next up we're getting oh, my Tom Ford lipstick in this shade Incorrigibly. I don't know how to pronounce that. This is one of their kind of transparent lip products, and this is what it looks like. I love this one. It's quite a sheer one, and I think it's going to be perfect for the time of year we're in, so I'm happy to have had this one in. Okay, I'm going to try to go all the way down to the bottom, and we're going to get another one of my Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, and this one is in the shade Pillow Talk, the one and only classic. This is what it looks like. I'm very excited to wear this in the next month, but that is going to be the 4th product. Next up, we're going to go and we're going to get one of my liquid lipsticks from KVD. This is just one of the minis, and this one is in the shade Plaf, which is very similar to the one that I'm panning from Sephora. That's also one of the reasons why I want to pan that one. You can see they look very, very similar. This one is a bit more orangey, this is a bit more kind of brick colored, but they are very similar. But this is going to be the next product that I'm going to use. Okay, let's go ahead and pick the next one. We're going to get... So my camera cut out, and I don't know if you saw me pull this one out, but the next one I got was my MAC lipstick in the shade Impassion, which is another one that's great for kind of warmer weather. This is one that I probably would have wanted more in summer, but we are at least in this kind of spring to summer time, so I think it still will work. And yeah, that's going to be my 5th product. Sorry, that was my 6th actually, not my 5th. But let's go ahead and pick the next one. Let's just pick 2 in one go because I'm just getting a bit impatient. So let's reach in and pick 2. I got my Matte X lipstick in the shade Trust Me, which is just classic red. This one is from Colourpop, so that's the first one. And then the second one I got is one of my Pat McGrath glosses, and this one is in the shade Divine Rose, and that is what this one looks like. So that is 8, and we have 2 more to go. And again, I'm just going to pick 2 at one time because I just want to see what I get. So we have these 2 right here, and one of them is my Catkin lipstick in the shade CO137, which is like a brownie kind of orangey shade. I'm excited to wear that one. And lastly, we have a MAC amplified lipstick in the shade Vegas Volt, which is another one that's going to be really good for the season. So those are the lip products that I'm going to work on and rate in the next month. And I'm obviously also going to continue panning the lipsticks that I have in my product pan part of this video. But that is it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, I really hope you're having a lovely day, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye guys.